I kind of knew that I was different from a very young age. For some reason, the people I thought was cool, I can't hang out with. Instead, I get put with these rowdy people and that are pushing, shoving each other and goofing around. And I didn't like that, to be honest. But I fit in. I tried to fit in at least, but I tried to keep to myself. It was such a complex experience to explain. I felt kind of alone and isolated, and I wish I wasn't smiling in this. Yeah. And I remember growing up as well, like wanting to do little stuff, like, dress up as a princess for like Halloween, and I just get that stupid ninja suit every year. It annoyed me so much. And being told that I couldn't do this, because that was scary or stuff like that. I, I'm pretty sure this story is many people's story, so I don't consider it something special. And for a while, I kind of blanked out these memories, convinced myself that, well, I guess I have to be this for the rest of my life. And I figured it was around my teenage years, when I hit 13 and started going through puberty, when I experienced depression for the first time because of it, feeling like I'm fake, or that I would never fit in. But I tried to. I wanted to fit in, so maybe that this depression of mine would disappear. And for years, I just met terrible people. I was a terrible person in my teen years as well, something I'm not proud of. And I just remember feeling so much hatred and feeling depressed and angry, and just the idea of not wanting to be here anymore because life wasn't worth living if I couldn't feel happy. When I graduated high school, everything crashed down. I was finally with myself for the first time in years. No friends, no outside influence. And around my teen years, 16, 17 years old, I found something called LGBTQ. A friend of mine came out as bisexual, and at first I was complex. I didn't realize that people could like be that. Like this was all new to me at the time. Of course, at first I was a little uncomfortable and did talk a little negative about it, but that was because I was scared of it because it everything I knew at that point didn't make sense. Like none of this made sense now. I didn't know who I was. This new thing saying that yeah, it was okay for me to possibly be something else just popped into my life, and I was confused. I was scared. I didn't want it to be true because it felt like it was hidden from me for so long. And eventually, when I was 19, 18, I believe, I found something that probably broke my egg, and that was Pinterest. Pinterest is the thing that broke my egg. I will say that Pinterest and searching up stuff. Oh my god, I was on Pinterest for 2 to 3 hours a day, just looking at trans related stuff and feeling so happy. My mom wanted to go to a gay bar with me, and I kept denying it. The only reason why is because it wasn't me, but my mom wanted to go to see how it was. And my only condition was if I was able to cross dress as a girl. And I did. My mom did my makeup, and I looked so cute. If I felt so confident. But before I continue that, I want to tell you about a dream that I had. When I was 16, I dreamt I was in a girl's body. She was so confident. She had a hoodie, super long hair, and somebody said something rude behind her back. And I remember turning around at her and saying, "Yeah, and what if I am?" She was so confident, brave, something I was in my life. And how could I not have fallen in love with her? I idolized her. That feeling at that moment when I was at the bar, it felt unreal. It felt like I was actually her. And whenever somebody asked me my name, I just said the first name that popped in my head, Natalie. After that experience, I came to realize that nothing would ever be the same anymore. And I felt super depressed. I started doing self-harm, and I turned to corn more and more. I mean, I already did in the past, but I started using it more and more. I used corn and self-harm as a way to self-relieve, but I knew that was wrong. Finally, one day in 2023, me and my mom had a big fight, and it was to the point that I just left. She told me to go to my room, but I took it as just go out of the house. And I just went to the abandoned house. My friend picked me up and put me there. My mom probably would have accepted me at the time, but I was scared and uncertain. And honestly, one of the worst things I've done, probably one of the worst moments of my life, was being at that abandoned house. Many of you know that I was there for a while. And I wasn't allowed to be myself, so that also put more depression on me, to the point that I couldn't handle it anymore, and took my own life. This is a part of my story that I felt like the old me died, and I was reborn, and I had many pieces to pick up. I hurt a lot of people around this time. I hurt myself, and I was awful, and I'm very sorry for anyone I might have hurt around that time. In the previous video when I was talking about HRT, you know that it was a hassle to get it. My thoughts are all over the place, but I remember cross-dressing for the first time, and I looked cute, and I remember falling on my knees and crying, being like, no, how could something so wrong be so right? The South, for me, was, maybe it's for some people, but it wasn't for me. I had a job at the time. You may know it as Lots Big, or the other thing, And I saved up all my money that I had to buy one train ticket to move up here. It was a rough decision, but you know what? I would do it all over again because I finally feel a sense of I have a chance to know myself better and be happy. And I have a chance to make stuff for all of you. In 2020, I started my YouTube channel named Pink Hair Nova. This was my third time on YouTube. And I got to be myself, and I used it as an escape. Starting this channel, the Pink Hair Nova Dubs channel, was a way to escape and be myself. And I want to give that chance to other people to feel happy. That's why I make videos. If I can make somebody in the world feel happy for 5 minutes, I'll do it. And I'm still discovering myself. This isn't the end of my journey now that I got HRT here. This is only the beginning of discovering myself and living as myself. And I hope I get to share that with you. Thank you all so much for listening to this video. If you like it, please leave a like. If you related to it, let me know in the comments. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Pink out.